We've all had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. From heartbreak to strength, the lessons unfold. It's about how we rise, not the stories we've told. Guests with their journeys, sharing their light. In every collision, there's power in sight. It's more than a talk, it's the wisdom we gain through every struggle, through every pain. With conversations that open the door to purpose, to power, to so much more. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. So come as you are, with your scars and fears. This is the place where the truth appears. Turn your trials into stepping stones. Find the strength to claim your throne. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. A collision with purpose, your journey starts here. In every conversation, we'll wipe away fear. Find your purpose, let your life ignite. With Dr. Stephenson, you'll find your light.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action, where real stories meet real impact. Today, we bring you a voice that refuses to be silenced. A mother, a warrior, a change maker. Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani is not just surviving cancer. She is transforming the landscape of how we see cancer in Kenya and other parts of the world. In a society where silence often surrounds the word cancer, Elizabeth stands boldly at the front lines. As the founder of the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO, she is rewriting the narrative from fear to empowerment, from despair to hope. Her story is not just about illness. It is a story about courage, community, and creating access where there was once only isolation. If you have ever wondered how one person can light the way for many, this conversation is your answer. Get ready to be moved. Get ready to take action. Let us welcome Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani to the show. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm good, Doc. I'm doing well from Kitale, Kenya. Thank you so much for the invite.
You're so welcome. You know, you've been on this show numerous times, and I wanted you to come back on so we can let's talk about your journey, continued journey, for you to give us an update. There are many people all over the world who are following you and just watching how you just, how you position yourself, your resilience, just your whole approach on this journey, right? So, just for those who don't know you, can you just say a little bit about yourself, real brief, real quick?
Okay, thank you, Doc. I'm Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. I'm a teacher by profession, and I'm also a mother of two. That is Frederick Kinyanjui and Vanessa Mudhoni. And I'm also a cancer fighter. I'm currently fighting ovarian cancer stage 3B and also secondary lung cancer. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you for sharing that, Elizabeth. And you're in Kenya right now. You're in close to Kitale in the western
Yes.
region of Kenya. So
Yes.
it's so good to have you on the show today. What time is it in Kenya right now?
It's 11 minutes past 7 p.m.
So it's late evening, going into
Sure.
the night, right?
Sure.
So Elizabeth, as you sit with me today, what does survival mean to you? And I'm not just talking about medically, but there's an emotional and spiritual component. So that's what I would like you to talk about.
Okay. So survival, according to me, talks about reclaiming my purpose. Talks about reclaiming my purpose, rediscovering myself, taking a moment and rediscovering myself. It is not just about beating cancer, not at all. It's about finding peace, finding hope, and also finding strength to lift others along the way as I fight cancer. According to me, that is what survival means.
And fighting cancer, there's a lonely component, right? When you're by yourself. But you have turned that what could be a loneliness into something else. You have engaged so many other people in building a network around you. And for that, I truly commend you. And we're going to talk some more about that. But before we go there, when the word cancer, when that thing showed up in your life, what was your initial thought, your immediate thought? And what did you fear the most?
Yes. When I had cancer, that word, my world stopped. I think I can say my world stopped because cancer is equated to death most of the time. So my world stopped. All I knew is the next person, the next time I'll be in the grave. And I just never feared death because death is one of the rites of passage for a human being. But what really made me fear is leaving my little children behind, and then leaving them and then be forgotten. I'll be forgotten immediately I die. I leave my two kids and then I get forgotten completely. And I have not finished what I was meant to. So that's really what came in my mind immediately. I was told that you have cancer. My world stopped, and the most fearful thing in this world was not just death, but leaving my two kids alone.
Wow.
With unfulfilled dreams.
With unfulfilled dreams. There was never a thought of I might pass, I might die, or any of those things. It was just leaving your children alone. And that's a powerful, statement for you to make, because
Yeah.
I know your children personally and I know how important they are in your life. And your sense of responsibility as a parent to make sure
Sure.
that they're okay. So I can certainly understand. Now, as a mother of two, I know your children, you know. How did you explain this battle with cancer to your children, and how did their love shape your will to survive?
Doc, this is one of the hardest things in the fight of cancer. It was the hardest thing. So how do I just explain to these very innocent souls looking at me? How am I going to explain to them that I'm fighting the most dreaded disease in the world? So I remember that day when I had just lost my hair to chemo, and we had just woken up, and my girl, my daughter, saw the tuft of hair on the pillow, and she was like screaming, telling me, "Mom, who has shaved you?" And reality now came in. I had to tell these two children of mine what was happening. Well, we cried. We really cried with them. We cried because I was very weak. I was very, very weak that time. But they just knew mom is sick, but they never knew what was happening. This word cancer, I think it was a word that they never knew about. So we sat together. We left the bedroom and sat together in the sitting room. I remember my hands really trembling. I was trembling, and my heart at that moment was in pieces. I really tried to keep myself very strong so that they cannot really know that things are not very, very okay. I tried to be steady, but the tears came even before the words could come out. And I remember telling them, Vanessa, Kinya, mom is sick. Mom is very, very, but I want you to know that mom is going to be okay. That's what I told them. Mom is very sick, but I want you to know that mom is going to be okay. That's what I told them. And they burst into tears afresh. They really cried. They were very, very confused. And Vanessa was like, Mom, does it mean because you're very sick, you're going to die? Those were her exact words in Kiswahili. Mom, utakufa. Utakufa means, will you die? She asked me. I broke down. I really cried. And then something just came. There's this energy that came again. And Kinya, my firstborn son, held my hand, held my hand very tightly. I think he's a bit strong. And he's a bit strong because he has been through a very tough journey, very, very tough. He has been in theater, he has been in hospital, and I think he let's say he pretended to be very, very strong. And he told me, Mom, be very, very strong. You're going to be okay. At that time, I had not told them about Mom having cancer. So we sat, the three of us, and then I was able now to tell them that I am fighting cancer. I told them this hair came out because Mom has started treatment, and that treatment will take away some things from my body. I explained to them what was going to happen. Now, at that moment, I had not even taken them to a professional who was going to talk to them. Not at all. I wanted it to come out of my mouth first, and then they do it the other way. So I talked to them and I told them what they were going to experience as I fought cancer. And actually, Doc, they love my children showed me and gave me was and became my medicine. Every day, they would come when they're at home. They would come and just give me a hug. Now that hug just became my daily dose of strength.
So your children, they are actually attending boarding school.
Yeah, they
recently they came home.
Yeah, they were.
And they spent some time with you. What was the experience like just having them there with you? And how did they manage it, knowing your situation with cancer? What was that whole experience like?
It was not a good experience, Doc. And anytime I talk about it, I get very, very emotional because the children really cried because I could not do anything for myself. After chemo, those side effects, Mom could not even go to the kitchen to cook for them. We had to look for somebody to help out. So it wasn't a good experience with them. And after knowing that Mom is fighting cancer, I think they started with this Google thing. So every time you could find, I would even get my phone and my son would have dialed, does a person having cancer die? Such things, and the revelations of Google, they'll definitely talk about dying. And one time he came asking me, Mom, you have cancer, stage? And I was shocked. How come my son is asking for the stage of cancer? And most people ask, which stage are you? Because they always equate stage 3 and 4 as a person who is going to die most of the time. Stage 4, you're dead. So he asked me, which stage are you, Mom? And I think he went back to Google and did the search. And then I told him, it's not about the stage. Mom is going to be okay. So anytime I felt like giving up, Doc, those days when chemo was too cruel for me, and anytime I just had them maybe laughing and doing what and what, every time I heard of that, I just got renewed strength because they were there. And I told myself that I'm really going to fight it, because if I give up, my kids are going to be school dropouts. I'll not have time for them during their birthdays. I'll not be there when we just have those bedtime prayers with them and then share those laughter. And I was fighting. I just fought, and I'm still fighting to see them grow, to hold their hands throughout their lives. And that's what is really keeping me and also keeping them. So they are my source of strength. They are my medicine, and they are my doses of strength every time.
Elizabeth, my personal observation, and I'm sure it's the observation of many, you've turned your private struggle with cancer into a public mission. What was the moment you realized your story? What was the moment you realized your story was bigger than you, your journey?
Yeah. So, Doc, there's one time after there's a time I was in the hospital. So when I was in the hospital, I had a certain lady, a stranger, but being at the oncology, the oncology department in the hospital definitely means that is a cancer place. So we're in Eldoret, and I was with this lady made this moment very, very unforgettable. So one of these hospital visits, I'm seated waiting for my turn, and then I wrapped my head completely, because at that time I was not very confident with myself walking baldly. So this lady comes to me, and then she looks at me and tells me, "You look like somebody I can talk to. You seem to really understand what somebody is going through." And she cried. She was also fighting cancer, and she was fighting breast cancer. She cried. She looked at me and cried. And then she let out her emotions because she was already into treatment. This one particular lady, I actually lost her, but she's still always in my mind. Um, we talked. I like creating friendships friendship every time. So she talked to me and told me how the family has neglected her, and how the family told her that cancer is just a curse. Don't tell anybody about it. So she was emotional, and I was very shocked. And that was the moment, Doc.
Mm.
That was that moment I realized that this cancer fight wasn't just about my survival. It was about breaking the silence.
Mm. Let's talk about the silence and the stigma. That silent killer, the stigma.
Mm,
In your country, Kenya, silence
mm,
often surrounds cancer, right?
sure.
Why do you believe people are so afraid of the label that they have this disease?
Yeah, people are afraid because cancer is seen as a death sentence, and a shameful one. Because when you are fighting cancer, doc, and you're going through that treatment will roast you. You will change, you'll be dark. Your nails, your whole body, the complexion. Just imagine looking at a burnt log. That is the type of treatment that somebody will go through. So people view cancer as a death sentence, and this death sentence is usually a very shameful death sentence. And the word itself, this word cancer, is just whispered like a curse. So that's why uh, cancer is surrounded by silence.
From a personal standpoint,
Mm,
and you talk about shame.
mm.
Have you personally felt ashamed of your diagnosis? And again, not because of the illness, but because of how society, how you perceive they would respond to you.
Yes, doc. Quite a number of people avoided me, and some even said I was bewitched. And actually, the shame wasn't mine, it was theirs, because I never talked about it. I never talked about anything. So I really felt ashamed of the diagnosis. And that's why those people listening, remember that one time I said, after the diagnosis of cancer, I even had to just get away from the place I was staying so that I get to a new place and start all over again. So it was, I felt very ashamed with the diagnosis. I wasn't myself.
Mm.
Mm.
And just for our audience listening right now, and anyone who will listen to the replay, we're having this conversation about your story, your struggle, your
Mm.
fight with cancer, because we want to create awareness. We want to put it out there. We want more people to understand what a person, fighting cancer, what they actually go through on a daily basis. And what you have done with your struggle, you've taken it to a whole different level. You've
Sure.
made it it's your mission. It's not your calling. It's not your calling. So as we continue our conversation, what are some of the most dangerous myths out there about cancer in your particular community? And how have those beliefs cost lives, resulted in people dying? Because for whatever reason, I know in some instances it's likely that because of the feeling of shame, people will keep it silent, stay silent with the disease and not seek treatment. What have you noticed?
Yes, Doc. First of all, the most common one is people always think that cancer is a death sentence. Yeah, cancer is a death sentence. So once somebody goes for the cancer and somebody goes to the hospital and is diagnosed with cancer, all they know is death. In fact, they'll not even take that person. I know of quite a number of people who never even went to hospital. They were left to die, and something that could be done. So cancer, people equate it to death. And then that's why they die. But they should know that cancer is treatable. I'm here, a living testimony. I'm fighting 2 years into the treatment after I was given only 4 months to survive. And I'm here 2 years, third year into it. And also, many people believe that cancer is contagious. They think it's that one, like you just cough and you get it, like TB and the sort. So because people think that cancer is contagious, they'll run away from this person affected, and therefore it will cause stigma because of the isolation. And after the isolation, the mental issues will crop up. And cancer with stress and the mental issues, there'll be no community support. Nobody is going to support this person, so the person will definitely succumb because the person lacked support, there was stigma and so on. And then also another myth is they'll always say that once you go for a surgery, you will never be okay. So people will even avoid going for surgery. They believe that surgery spreads. The surgery spreads the disease, which is not true. When you have a tumor somewhere, and then you're supposed to go to the theater, do it, and then get on treatment. You'll be okay. So surgery is one of the key parts of cancer treatment. So this fear of surgery has really cost lives of so many cancer fighters.
Talk to me about what you eat and what you don't eat. How important is that?
Yeah. Diet. For cancer, Doc, what I've come to discover is we are really messing up. We are really messing up as a society. And the food we eat, I read somewhere and it was saying at the moment, eat food like medicine so that next time you don't eat medicine like food. So there are so many things. There are so many things that I had to drop for the sake of my health after being diagnosed with cancer. And I just wish that the healthy people can just get to know what is needed so that slowly and slowly they embrace the correct diet. Like just getting rid of sugar from your diet. It's a hard thing. But if you're listening to me, kindly, slowly drop sugar, because sugar is poisonous. And so many others.
So many of the food types, right? Now, we're at a place in time where something must be done right now to break the cycle. And we want to break the cycle of fear, shame, and misinformation that is killing people in silence. From your opinion, what must be done right now?
Yes, speak up. Speak up, educate, normalize cancer conversations. Let's have cancer conversations. Let's not fear talking about cancer. Have cancer conversations in churches, at school, at home. Do it. And those who are surviving cancer, don't hide. We must lead with our scars, the scars we've got from cancer. Let's lead and tell people about them. Don't hide the scars. Tell people what you went through. And this one is going to bring up a healthy society where they'll view cancer not as a death sentence, but something that can be treated. So let's speak up about cancer. Let's educate people about this cancer, and let us normalize having conversations about cancer to other people in the churches when the pastors go and talk about it. In fact, for me, when I go to church, when I get very strong and go to church, I'll always talk about cancer. I'll always tell people to go to hospital and get checked, and so many other things. So let us speak up about cancer. Let us educate people on cancer, and also let us normalize having conversations. And to those who have survived cancer, let us lead and be proud of the scars we got. It's just like a soldier who went to fight. Those wounds, let's be proud of them, that we survived the toughest battles. We should not hide the scars that we got as we fought cancer.
Communication, having dialogue,
Sure.
scars or testimonies. Your journey. Before we go on a break, let's acknowledge some of the folks who are watching us today. We have Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us. And Lisa said that she will continue to pray for you and your family. We have Jacob. He's coming in from Ghana. I'll be praying for you, my sister. Lisa, again, it's already done. God is with you. Elizabeth, Jacob is back and said, God richly bless you for touching the lives of others in and around the world globally. You're my mentor and inspirer. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you. We have media trainings saying inspiring conversation. And Jacob also said, the Lord says, I should tell you that have faith and be still in your faith, Sister Elizabeth. And he has your struggles and you're not going to die. We know that. Thank you, Jacob. His healing grace is upon you in Jesus' name. Amen. Ruth from Kenya tuned in. So we all thank you for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Life-Changing Conversations, Inspire Action. Today, my guest is none other than the celebrity, Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. So now let us take a quick break and we'll come back on.
For everyone searching, wondering why you're here, it's time to rise. Time to find purpose. This is daily insights unveiled. Your odyssey to find purpose. I used to wake up feeling lost in the crowd. So much noise, but my soul wasn't loud. Then I opened a book that changed my sight. Showed me how to walk in purpose and light. door. Dr. Laxley brought the vision clear and true. This book was written just for you.
Your journey begins with one simple move. Click the link, turn the page, and watch your life transform. Daily insights unveiled, your odyssey to find purpose.
Go get your
All right, welcome back to Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action. My guest today is none other than Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. Welcome back, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc.
Thanks for sharing your experience, your journey with us. Now, let us talk about from isolation to impact, the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. What was the spark that led you to build the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer Community-Based Organization? And how has it become a lifeline for others as you see it manifested?
Yes, the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO was formed not long ago, and this is what really came in my mind. I remember talking to you, Doc, about it one time when we had a conversation, and I was telling you my wish is maybe I don't have money, but there's always that moment when you can just talk to somebody and you would have created a very big impact in this person's life. I talk about this cancer CBO, and I was looking at it and I said to myself, I don't want others to walk this lonely journey like I did. The journey was very lonely because before I just found my purpose, and I didn't want people to walk this journey in a lonely way, just the way I was, and that's why we came up with this CBO. The pain really pushed me to build something that is bigger than myself. I wanted something big, something that people will associate with healing, that people will have their hopes back after the fight or in the fight. That's why the CBO came into being.
So the CBO is, you're in the building stage right now, putting the
Yeah.
CBO together.
Exactly.
And part of your vision, your hope, is that the organization will transfer fear into knowledge, and away from all this loneliness in these communities right now. Because as it stands in your community, in the western region of Kenya, there's still that sentiment about cancer that you're trying to transform, trying to change, to get the whole community on board with you, as many as possible. How are they receiving, the community members receiving the CBO right now?
Quite a number are happy with the initiative, and I'm happy because I believe that we are going to stand tall and just shun this issue of stigma to cancer fighters, and we are going to talk to different people who are fighting cancer and ask them to just come out and fight it boldly. That's the reason why the CBO is coming, and I've seen quite a number of people are in support of this initiative, and I pray that once we are on our feet, at the moment, we are just in the building stage. We are hoping that we are going to get support from anywhere so that we get to reach to the few cancer patients that are really fighting, because I'm in the shoe, I know where it pinches, and we really want to talk to them, support them in the smallest way we can, and just meet people where they are. Want to go meet these people, and with compassion, information, and the real human connection, we want to make cancer very less scary by just making it making it look like this is a disease that can be fought and be won. That's what less scary. We want to make cancer less scary to the people who have been diagnosed with it.
And I posted the link for the Facebook group for the CBO. So if you're watching, and if you're not already a member, we welcome you to join the Facebook group, because much of the information about the foundation is disseminated there. That's where you'll get most of the information about the foundation. So, Elizabeth, if someone is listening and wanted to stand with you and the foundation, financially, emotionally, or just with their voice, how can they make a difference? What can they do? What are your greatest needs?
So, as I have said, we've just started these organizations, so we are still at the crawling stage. And I would like anybody looking at me and watching me and listening to me to just do something for us. Now, I always say there's nothing little for a cancer fighter. That 10 shillings you think is very, very small, there's that cancer fighter who will be very happy just to receive that 10, 20 shillings for himself or herself. So I would like and really asking for people to donate, also for people to volunteer, and also for people to share their voices with us. And also that simple conversation that you can have, that voice will really matter. And if you want to support us, our organization is registered. It's officially registered. We are legally operating it. And we have a pay bill, and we also have an account. Our pay bill number is, the business number is 400-200. That is 400-200. And then our account number is 879-308. Our pay bill number is 400-200. And then our account number is 879-308. And also, and that one will always read the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. And also we have a bank account. The bank account is Cooperative Bank Kitale, and our account number is 011-012-886-001. Let me repeat it. Cooperative Bank Kitale, 011-012-886-001. If you are able to stand with us and we just have a moment with the cancer fighters, we shall be very, very grateful to all of you, friends. Thank
Elizabeth,
you,
is there any way to type that in the comment section, because it's easier for someone to catch it, for you to type that in the comment section? of this broadcast, and I think that will be impactful. If not, you can do it after the show, but it would be good
Okay.
if you could put that in there, because I
Okay.
know catching the numbers is not always the easiest thing to do.
Sure, sure,
Now,
sure.
let's talk a little bit about the courage to confront and feeling you have the power to change.
Sure.
What will you say to a woman right now sitting in a village somewhere in Kenya, anywhere in the world for that matter, who's afraid to speak up about the lump she found?
Yeah, and anytime you find a lump somewhere in your body, don't take it for granted, rush to the hospital. So that person there who is afraid to speak about that lump in the body, you speak. Don't be afraid. Speak about it before it's too late. That lump in the body would just be whispering to you, and don't let it become a scream. Don't let it become a scream that no one is going to hear. Rush to the hospital or speak it out to somebody who is going to guide you on what to do. Never take any lump in your body for granted. Don't even ask anywhere. Just rush to the hospital and know why the lump is there, because it's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. So speak out. Just speak. Speak it. If you don't have a bus fare, look for it, or run to the hospital. Run, especially to public hospitals, things like the pap smear, there are some cancer associated tests that are free of charge, especially in the public hospitals in Kenya. So always trust your instincts. When you feel a lump or when you're not just feeling well, don't go for over-the-counter drugs. Just get to the hospital and then the doctor will know what to do. Don't keep quiet. Even if silence is golden, at times this silence can be mad.
Silence is dangerous, right? Gotta speak
Sure,
up.
sure.
I think we have established how important it is to speak, to have conversation, and just get rid of this silence, this notion of being silent, of being ashamed, feeling as if a diagnosis of cancer is a death sentence.
Sure.
It certainly is not. Now, Elizabeth, I want you to make a bold statement, the boldest message that you can send to healthcare officials, leaders, policymakers, and media outlets in your country and across the world. Those individuals or agencies, entities who hold the power to change lives through their decision making. What is your message to them?
I want them to. I want these leaders, the healthcare, the leaders, and the policymakers. I want them to use their platforms, not just to talk about tragedies every time we talk about these. They're very irritating. Don't just tell us about tragedies in Kenya. No. Educate people. Use your platforms to educate people, to talk to people about cancer, to use those platforms to help the people fighting cancer. Talk to them. Type good things. Don't just tell us this and this has happened and bad things. Let it not just be politics every time, politics. Yet people are dying. People are dying in our hospitals because we just lack a simple painkiller like morphine not around, tramadol not around. And then we cannot get the PET scan services in time. We cannot get to see an oncologist on time because there are so many people crowded in one place. So the availability of services is very, very low. Yet with cancer, it will keep on spreading any moment you don't get your treatment. So let these people, let these politicians, let these healthcare leaders just focus on the health of these people fighting cancer, and not just report tragedies and focus on people's health, because at the end of it, health is wealth. And then also they are supposed to stop the silence. They are supposed to stop the silence. They can be silent. They can fight cancer silently because they have money. But what about us in the grassroots? We have to beg. We have to look for people to help us so that we get these treatment in another way. So they are supposed to stop the silence, and also try and find an early detection. Make these rural areas, those interior places, make them the accessibility of these rural places. Let them make it a priority, so that people can be screened and so on. There are so many things that can be done in the rural areas. Let them be accessible, and talk to people about cancer boldly without silence, and shun just talking about tragedies and all about just politics, not putting in mind that people are dying out here of cancer. That is it, Doc.
That is it. So, Elizabeth, I've watched you, I've observed you, and you've done something that is exceptional in your journey. And I'm not sure if it's the same for other cancer fighters in Kenya. You've been able to build a community of support, a network, a very effective one.
Sure.
You're certainly not walking alone. And you have done this exceptionally well. You have built a network, a support system to walk, stand with you. You know, you see it on social media. It's not just virtual on social media. It's happening in real life. You receive a number of visitors. As I would venture to guess that you would receive as many as you would like. You must. I guess the only time you're not receiving visitors is when you say you need some personal time.
Sure.
Now, that is important that you're able to build this network. It's important in many ways, right? In many ways. Now, can you share how you were able to do that for the benefit of other cancer fighters who are not able to do so, who are walking this journey on their own by themselves? Can you share how you achieve such a feat, to build such a huge network of supporters?
One thing about me, Doc, is I'm friendly. I talk to people, and to some extent, I've come to discover that what I did when I was okay before cancer came in is what is just happening to me at the moment. People are all over helping me. Like I can give this example. Right now, I'm on some drugs, and these drugs are not with the insurance company, so I'll have to use cash to buy them. And here is my situation. The drugs are quite pricey, and I was talking to my doctor, and he told me, Elizabeth, do all you can so that you don't skip this medication. And when I looked all over, I know that I have nothing at the moment. I'm living on the mercies of so many friends. And friends have been there for me. And coming out publicly, because I get a lot of texts in my inbox, and also just the normal texts. People are out here really suffering, and they'll tell me I'm not ready to go public, and so on and so on. And somebody like that, it's hard to come in because this is somebody who doesn't want to be public. And I've discovered quite a number of friends of mine who are fighting cancer have not gone public. Going public really helped me, and then just accepting that I have cancer really helped me to focus on my treatment. And that's why you can see me looking very okay, in as much as at times, not at times, in as much as I'm not okay, I look very okay because friends have been there for me. Let's create friendship. Let's be kind. Let's talk well. Let's ask for forgiveness where we've messed. I always ask for forgiveness because I'm a human being. I mess at times. I'm not perfect. I always apologize to people whom I wrong every time. That's what I do. So, to all the cancer fighters, when you see that you cannot make it for yourself, kindly cry loud so that somebody out there can help you to continue fighting. You cannot fight alone. Even if you don't want it publicly, get a clique of friends. At times, I always never want to go public asking, today I don't have these and these. I need it very much. I don't have my bus fare to Nairobi, to Eldoret. I'll get to your inbox, Doc, and tell you, Doc, I really need this. I don't have anything. Help me. That's what I nowadays do. And people have really stood by me. And that's what every cancer patient should do. Don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. Ask for help. Talk to people. That is what is going to keep you going. Don't be silent. Silence for a cancer patient is a disaster in waiting. Don't be silent, please, all my fellow cancer fighters.
If there's a theme generating from our conversation today is don't be silent, speak up.
Don't be silent.
Speak up. So important. How will we know what you're going through if you don't tell us, right?
Sure.
How will we know? So, Elizabeth, as we're coming close to the first show today, legacy, I know, is important to you. We have had that discussion about legacy. What do you want history to say about you when it's all said and done?
I want one time, I know one time it will come, and people will remember that Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani was a cancer fighter, but she turned pain into purpose. I want people to look back and remember the pain that Sitawa went through and say, indeed, this fighter really fought, and she had a purpose. And that Sitawa didn't just fight cancer. Sitawa helped Kenya to fight fear. That's what I want out there. Sitawa helped Kenya, helped the world to fight fear and to know that cancer is not a death sentence.
Oh. And observing your journey, your walk, you're doing exactly that. So you're certainly on target. Now, as we close, Elizabeth, do you have any final thoughts? Anything else you want to add? Message you want to send to someone? Anything?
Yes, Doc. Finally, for me, I'll always say thank you. Thank you to all of you, watching me, who are going to watch me, those who will not watch in absentia. I'm saying thank you. Thank you so much for being there for me. Were it not for you, were it not for God talking to you so that you come through for Elizabeth, things would not be the way they are. Thank you so much, Kenya. Thank you so much, the whole world, for taking care of Elizabeth and her children as she fights cancer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. Thank you so much, the A Collision with Purpose Foundation, for taking my children and giving them scholarship so that they can never miss school. Thank you so much, Dr. Laxley. Thank you so much, Dr. Donna. And thank you so much, the A Collision with Purpose, for standing in with my children. Thank you so much, Juliana Kitenge. You are an amazing woman. You took the responsibility of paying my rent. It's a year plus, and you've never, never, never been tired of doing it for me. Thank you so much, a good friend of mine called Shilaho. Shilaho told me he's going to be paying the house girl, will be doing 1-2 for me. That's what he is doing up to this moment. And thank you so much, friends. I cannot even mention all of them. I can't. Those who make posts for me, Divina, and all the others. There's another one called the Injector. Those, there are so many of them who do daily posts for me so that I can get help. And I also do it for myself. And I also want to thank those who pray for me. I'm sure the whole world is praying for me. I'm very, very grateful to friends of Dr. Laxley, especially the Jamaican team. Everybody talks about it. Elizabeth, you've given me a lot of friends from Jamaica and the US who really want to see me doing well. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you. And lastly, I want to thank myself for never giving up. Elizabeth, you are a strong woman, and we know that you are going to beat cancer. Be strong, Elizabeth, and we are still thanking you for being very, very strong. Thank you, and may God bless you.
All right. Elizabeth, again, thanks for breaking the silence. Your words today, your appearance on this show, will do just that. Break the silence. As you said often during our conversation, the silence, the shame, the stigma, people who are fighting cancer just been afraid of how they'll be judged by even their own friends, but by society at large. So what you shared today, I know, will very instrumental in breaking that silence, that deadly silence. So, as we close today's conversation, we're not left with a story of Elizabeth's survival, but really what she established today was a call to action. Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani's fight against cancer is not just a story. As I said, it's a call to action. Elizabeth is a mother, a leader, a voice that refuses to be silenced. And especially in a country where stigma and misinformation too often steal lives, Elizabeth stands boldly declaring that cancer is not a curse and silence is not protection. And those are her words. Her journey reminds us that healing isn't just found in hospitals. Healing is found in community, in courageous conversations, and in truth. It is in women who choose to rise, speak, and lead others into the light. To every listener today, I want to say, let us not turn away. Let us amplify voices like Elizabeth's. Let us blast her words out there. Let us support the work of the Elizabeth Sitawa cancer community-based organization. Let us be the generation that breaks the silence for good. Because in the long run, the fight against cancer awareness saves lives. And it's through that level of hope that we can heal a nation of people who are suffering from cancer. So until next time, stay informed, stay bold, and never underestimate the power of one voice to change everything in this world. Thanks again for watching Life-Changing Conversations, Inspire Action. My guest today was none other than Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani, the brave one. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. And thanks everyone out there for watching. And we ask that you share. We are out. Thank you.
For everyone searching, wondering why you're here, it's time to rise. Time to find purpose. This is Daily Insights Unveiled, your odyssey to find purpose. I used to wake up feeling lost in the crowd. So much noise, but my soul wasn't loud. Then I opened a book that changed my side.